Wow. I haven't used a Palm Pre to record video in forever. Wonder how this is going to turn out. You're so weird. What is with you in sync? I don't get it.
Hey! The bunny ranch is up here. I am still too scared to go in there. I really need to find a chick to go in there with me so that way I can, like, I don't know, not be assaulted. I don't have chains for my tires, so I'm not really daring to go any further than I already have. So I'm just gonna get out and play. I'm in my house slippers. Woo! Snow just got into my slippers. Oh, I love snow.
I have no idea what this is. I saw it. It looks very questionable. But so do some other things that I end up really, really loving. So I'm going to try it. So I tried a piece. It just tastes like Braunschweiger. It's actually pretty good. I like Braunschweiger.
Alright, so I'm exhausted. And I mean, I work for Amazon. It's Christmas. Go figure. But this is the time of year that they make their money. And as a result, I am well rewarded. In addition to overtime pay, holiday pay. Sorry, I'm tired. In addition to the money they give us every month just because we work there. And I'm not talking about paycheck. They just give you extra money because you show up. It's insane. So they're also doing like Kindle giveaways, gift card competitions, raffle things where you can get like big screen TVs or grills or I mean, it's just insane. Just insane. The amount of money that this company spends on its employees to reward them for being a part of Amazon. And yet people complain. And I know I've complained about this before, and I know there's irony of me complaining about people complaining. I get that. But this will play a role in something I'm about to talk about as well. I do not understand the mentality of people who feel that Amazon just owes them this, and they don't look at it as, hey, that's awesome. They look at it as, well, why can't they give me more? Like, I think I might have talked about this story. I used to work for a different company, and they gave us a $2,000 Christmas bonus one year. And the first thing out of one of the dude's mouths that I worked with was, well, why couldn't it? I mean, they can afford $4,000 per person. Why didn't they give us $4,000? They just gave you $2,000 for showing up and doing your job that they already pay you for. What the fuck is your problem? I don't know. But that's, my dad has this saying, Yeah, but you compete against those guys in the job market. I, it is a silver lining. Don't get me wrong. And he is definitely correct in sort of mocking their sad state. But it also is apparent to me that that has created opportunities for me in a place like Amazon because they've identified me and the right people have noticed me as a person who commits, executes, gets results. And it doesn't matter where you put me, that's what I do because I'm a driven person. And I think over the course of my videos, if you haven't figured out that I'm a driven person, then you clearly haven't watched the right videos. So I don't understand that mentality. That being said, I'm going to sidetrack into what seems like a completely different topic. This facility is closing, and we're going to be going to Northern Reno. I've talked about that before. I've talked about having to find a new place to go because while I was very fortunate into falling this apartment and I have a great landlord, really understanding, has worked with me, great guy. I am so fortunate that life led me to him at that particular point in time. I'm just so grateful. I won't be staying in the apartment because the new facility would be like an hour and 20 minutes from where I live. So it's just not going to be feasible for me to be driving 2.5 hours every day. Not to mention the gas I would pay. Shit. And living in an apartment, as cheap as this one is still more expensive than living in an RV, which has stagnated the timetable I had for paying off everybody who helped me move, especially in light of the breakdown and unforeseen expenses of having to move into a U-Haul, hotels, apartment, all that other stuff. Family helped me out, friends helped me out. I've been paying them back, not as fast as I wanted to get it done. Which has then made this next thing I'm about to say extremely hard. I've started looking for an RV about last month. I've been documenting it, but I just haven't posted any of them. I guess I'll just go ahead and do it. I was going to do it all in one shot, just go from the point that I started to the point where I found one to the point where I moved in and then load them all up at the same time as one series, but I guess I'll just start loading them now. Because it's more expensive to live in an apartment, because it has slowed down my ability to pay off the people who help me out, I do not have the resources to buy an RV nearly as nice as the one that I had. And if you saw the one I had, you know that it wasn't nice. So that's going to be bad if I move to Northern Reno. Same variables are in play. I have 2 cats, so I can't get a Class B. I don't want to get a Class A because I don't feel comfortable driving it. I'd prefer to get a bumper pull, but I have a car, so I need to be able to tow it, which means I have to get a Class C again. And I don't like that because I'm not a mechanic. I don't know how to work on the engine. People have commented, well, why don't you just learn how to work on engines or learn your vehicle? That'd be great if I had the time. I just do not have the time. I don't have the inclination. And there's something to be said for aptitude. I am not mechanically inclined to start with, so it would take me probably twice as long to learn the basics of auto mechanic anything that it takes people who have a natural aptitude for it. I just don't have that time. So that creates a whole separate frustration and series of hurdles. Now, on the plus side and negative side, because it's a double-edged sword, I mean, to complete that thought, I'm not ready for a move yet as a result, clearly. So I'm going to have to find a way to overcome that in the coming months. Because I just got here, and it took a lot out of me to get here for this opportunity, and I haven't really recovered from it yet. And I'm forced into even just making a short move. Now, I think I could probably get a bumper pull rent a U-Haul truck, drive it to a new spot, come back, drop the truck off, pick my car up, and go back out there. Pain in the ass, but I could do it. However, new track, the people above me have urged me to, with this new facility, take advantage of the closure to move myself up the chain. They feel that I am working below my abilities, which, you know, it's very flattering. I don't think it's all me, though. To go back to my first topic, I think it's the people who work there. They feel like they are owed something. They become arrogant in the one or two things that they can do, and they have a hard time keeping the bigger picture in mind, and generally seem to have developed some sort of a negative attitude about this or that. And I think they have identified that I don't kind of do that, or try not to, and have made no bones about wanting to push me forward. Which I'm not sure if I'm ready for that or not. I guess it doesn't matter. If I get the opportunity, I'm going to take it. I'll make myself ready. It's also a compliment to Amazon that it creates an environment where someone like me can just come in, work my ass off for that year, what was it, 10 months or whatever that I was there as a seasonal person, a camper, get hired on full-time in February, get promoted in July, and already be encouraged in November, now December, to move up again. I mean, that's really it's a sign of a great company, really, that they can identify people like that and create the opportunities for them. I've put my name in the hat, so to speak, for a couple different things that I found interesting. One is something that they haven't announced yet, which I think is going to be great, because I wish they would have had it like 5 years ago, and I think the time is right for it. And I would love to be a part of making it a reality, figuring out, working out the kinks and making it happen for real. So if I get attached to that, I have to wait until the official announcement, obviously, to say anything. But it would be cool to be a part of that whole thing. And it would facilitate a lot more moves for me, which I'm not exactly ready for yet, because I need to get another RV before I can be ready for that kind of stuff. And I haven't been able to get the resources together for it quite yet. However, Amazon, being the great company that it is, because of the last move was not covered, it was whatever, it was out of my own pocket. Because the level I'm at and the places that I would be going, the next move or moves would be paid for, which would be awesome, because then I could buy a nicer RV, because they kind of give you a lump sum of cash, and then you just kind of figure the rest of the details out. So I could buy a much nicer RV, which would be great. Something more dependable that I don't have to worry about quite so much. I don't know where I would be going, but it also creates a weird spot to where if I don't get hired on right away, I could potentially move from here to Reno only to get hired on to a new spot, which would mean 2 moves. So I'm not even ready for 1 move quite yet, and I could be facing 2 of them. So that could be a little rough. I mean, I'm going to figure out some way to make it happen if it does. I'm not going to miss any more opportunities.
Yeah!